Hello, hello, beautiful darlings. Hello, hello. I'm so happy that you made it here and came to this beautiful class. I'm so excited about it. We still have a little bit of some people joining. Um, but because I'm so curious, I don't know many of you yet. So I'm curious to know, just type me in the chat where you are, who you are, where you're coming from, where you're dialing in from, and also maybe write like a sentence of what attracted you to this class. It kind of just came on Friday night, my time, and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. I have to share it like right away. So I'm very, very excited about it. So I'm very, very happy to to be sharing this with you guys. But I'm obviously also very curious, like, what was your sensation like? What was really for you the fun part, and what did you like your body say to you, like, wow, I have to join? I'm very curious about it. Hi from Spain, Oxford, Slovenia, Slovakia, Wales. Women as queen, as their life attracted about this issue. Hello from Cologne. Oh, aloha from Hawaii. Hey, Catherine. Oh God, I'm so excited to see you soon in person. Germany. Hi, hi, hi. Oh, so nice, so nice. It's so cool. Um, hello from Los Angeles, USA. Wow, it's so cool. Such a beautiful mix. Roberta says hi from Brazil. Nice. Oh God, I'm loving this vibe already. I don't know if you can feel it, even though we are here in this beautiful Zoom room. It's amazing. Sherry says hi from Georgia, USA. Hi. Nice, nice, beautiful ladies. And again, like, just let me also know, like, what was it for you to come here? Curious about the wisdom of Cleopatra, the energy of Cleopatra. I would like to have it. Yes, yes, yes. Oh God, I totally get it. Ah, so nice. All right, let me just introduce myself for all of you who don't know me that well yet. So my name is Eva. I'm coach for femininity, pleasure, and abundance, and I have been a Theta healer for many, many, many years. And I'm also very, very fascinated about Egypt. You may have seen I'm hosting a beautiful retreat in Egypt very soon, and this energy of ancient Egypt is something that has been in my life since maybe 2 years now, or maybe 3 years, but very present. And all these energies that are coming from this ancient culture are fascinating. And the more I go into the preparation for the retreat, like many, many beautiful downloads were coming through to me. And one was like, I remember a couple of weeks ago, I already wrote down like Cleopatra Codes, but it was not, I could not touch it yet. And now it's here. And I'm so extremely curious, like happy to share this with you ladies. And I think it's also really beautiful energy of, like some of you shared already, like, oh, I'm fascinated about what is energy. I want to know more. I want to be the queen of my life. And I think this is what Cleopatra really is about. And it's really, when we think about it, I mean, you may have seen the picture, like when I saw the picture also when she's in her beautiful golden dress, and she was the last pharaoh of Egypt. And, like, also what I wrote in my little description, in no other time in history, women were as liberated and as free than in ancient Egypt. So it's very, very interesting how in this ancient culture, like thousands of years ago, the role of the woman was very, very different, right, than what we're experiencing now, and talking about female empowerment, female liberation. And what was also very, very unique, it was not only that they were like liberated and free, and there was also this beautiful union between the masculine and the feminine. Also, they were very, very knowledgeable about sex magic, the owning the body, owning beauty, really what it means like for a woman to be in that beautiful space. And also this energy of, I can be all of that. Like right now in our times, we kind of always be like a little bit of, oh, I have to choose between something. I have to choose either being beautiful or being the sexy woman, but really like, you know, being like also a leader and everything. So we still have a little bit of misconceptions around what this means. And the energy, when we tune into the energy of Cleopatra, which we are going to do today for sure, and we're also going to go into energetic clearings and activations. I think it's very, very magical to really be in that energy and be in that energy of, oh, wow, it is actually possible for me. And it's a very, very, very different way from what we have learned right now in our times, right? And also, what is very, very important to know about that is also the way how a woman leads, how a woman taps into female leadership is very different. That also what we have learned in our times now, because we live in a world where the masculinity is also very dominant. So we learned in a way, like, I mean, it's beautiful. We are around the globe and many different cultures, but I'm sure like many of you ladies can agree, we still live in a time where being successful means also that we still have to push for it, or we have to have like it be a certain way. And we learned that leadership and female leadership is still like, we are still being taught that we need to do it like a certain masculine way, right? And on the other hand, the timelines are collapsing now. Like the things are shifting, the energies are shifting, the world is shifting. And we also see that it's not sustainable right that, right? Like many people suffer from burnout, like many of you are also healers. So many like also suffer, you know, from burnout, from exhaustion, all this way of pushing and you know, doing much more is very, very hard for everybody, really, regardless if we are in a female or a male body, right? Like nobody really is designed to like only push harder to achieve something. And especially for us women, it's even way harder because it goes against our nature. It goes against our natural flow. It goes against our natural flow that we are designed as a woman, right? And I don't know about you, but I studied business. Um, and I was actually even studying at a private school. And I was really educated on the way to really, you know, like all these long working hours, how to make a career, how to be successful. And it was really a really tough way of doing more, like staying longer at work. Like I even remember like even while I was still studying and when I was going into the corporate world, how it was always this constant, you have to do more, you have to stay longer, you have to perform more. And really, it's exhausting like that. And what it also does, it disconnects us from our own bodies, from our own wisdom. And it also plays a massive, massive role in our sensuality, right? And I'm not talking yet about sexual drive or sexuality, but really in the sense of feeling our body, feeling safe in our body, feeling home in our body, taking a nap when we need to take a nap, having a healthy lunch, having healthy breakfast, you know, having time for our beauty, like, you know, all these kind of energies when we are in living into like, we have to perform, it's very, very difficult. And once it goes into sexuality, which we're also going to talk about today, it's also very difficult, right? To be all of a sudden this, oh, I'm going to surrender into my sensual, erotic self. I'm going to enjoy pleasure. I'm going to allow pleasure in my life. It's very, very difficult to all of a sudden be like, when we live out of, oh God, doing more harder, like everything, like if we are on the treadmill all the time, right? It's very difficult to all of a sudden be in the evening, oh, now I'm the sexual goddess, I'm going to be playful, I'm going to be juicy, right? It's very, very difficult to go into that kind of state. So we're going to access these codes today, and we're going to see that we can actually have all that we desire, and we can do it in a very feminine way. And two words that I keep hearing, and now it's kind of for me personally coming more together since a couple of months. Since the beginning of the year, I constantly hear the topic of erotic leadership. And it's very, very interesting, right? Because when we think about the word erotic and leadership, we don't normally put it together. And it's very, very difficult to understand it. But now with the energy of Cleopatra, for me personally, it makes totally sense now. And I'm going to share this with you today as well, because I think it will break down some patterns, what we learned about different things and about different concepts. And yet I feel, especially for us women, it will also bring this beautiful space of, now I understand why certain things didn't work out in my life, why I had a certain pull towards something else. And actually, really, for us as women, our absolute superpower, right, is our intuition. And our intuition is also our feminine body wisdom. But since with all this hustling, with all this doing, with all this performing, and this energy of, oh, we always have to give more, always do more, and we are always constantly not feeling good enough, we are getting more and more disconnected from it, right? So also tapping into this energy is also this energy of really coming home back to yourself, really coming back home to your body, and the sensuality and the sexuality and leadership and the queen in a very, very beautiful way. And yeah, so I gave you, when I wrote a description, I also said like, okay, we're going to access 3 codes today. I still feel there will be coming more, but I feel for this masterclass, it will be mainly free. And it will be the queen energy. So when we tap into Cleopatra, clearly she has been a queen, right? Like physically, she has been a queen. She was the last pharaoh of Egypt, of ancient Egypt. And but also, you know, the way of her posture and everything is like really like, wow, I'm the queen, right? And then the other code is also this code of feminine leadership, which we're also going to touch on. And obviously the art of pleasure. So what most people don't know, like I think when we look into this energy, like many of you shared already, like in the beginning, oh, I'm fascinated about this energy of Cleopatra. And it's beautiful, right? Because I mean, this woman, she lived like 4,000 or 5,000 years ago, right? But most of you are also healers, so it's really cool. We can connect with her energy, and it's really interesting. And she has a very, very fascinating personality and history, and there are so many stories around her, and yet not most of that, like not all of it is documented, right? So I mean, she's very, very famous for her beauty, for sure, like her beauty rituals, like, you know, she was in a relationship with Julius Caesar and later with Marco Antonio. So like she was in a relationship with the 2 most powerful men in the world in that time, right? So also this is like a really important, I feel when we think into this energy, like, wow, being the, like, and not being the woman of them, like really this combination, because now we also think about, oh yeah, like somebody's wife. It's not true. Like back then in ancient Egypt, she was the queen of ancient Egypt, and it was a massive, massive empire back then, right? That's why the Romans, and don't get me wrong, I didn't study history. It's not that I can give you like a lot of proof, like in terms of things, but I know this, right? You know, back then, Egypt was a massive empire. It was full of different beautiful resources. And that's why the Romans were so interested in that, right? But there was also the time when they kind of couldn't pass over Cleopatra, right? So it's also very interesting how this power of love and relationship also went into this, and how her magic, really, her sex magic also was playing a role in that. And obviously there's no like historical proof of that, but when we really tune into mystical mystery schools and everything, you may have heard about the energy, or like about the queen, the goddess Isis. And Isis, like the goddess with the wings, and she's like the mother goddess, right? She was the wife of Osiris. So this is a beautiful energy of, or like also an example of unconditional love, really. Like, you know, like when Osiris was kind of killed by his brother, he was like put down in different pieces, and Isis was flying all over the world, collecting him together, kind of. And with his last pieces, she kind of got herself pregnant and gave birth to Horus, right? Which is like known as the Eye of Horus. So it's a very, very beautiful energy. And Isis, as the mother goddess and the goddess of sexual energy, like, you know, like a lot of people think also about Hathor, the goddess Hathor, about fertility and everything. However, in this mythology, Isis is really this goddess of sexuality, of beauty, and she had a lot of priestesses, so it was like a massive, so people would know it as the Isis cult. It's very interesting. And it's really this energy of women who were initiated really in sex magic. So when I talk about sex magic, it's really this ancient knowledge of how to use sexual energy and create everything in our life, right? So in the Egyptian times, they were really, really knowledgeable about that. Actually, when we go through history, in many of these big empires, like there was always knowledge about it. It was mainly not accessible to everybody, like even from Tao Tantra, or like in Tantra from Hindu countries, like from India. There's always this massive knowledge on how to use sexual energy, how to create money with that, how to create empires. It's really, really beautiful to know that what we think now, when we think about sexual energy, it still feels like this energy of, oh, wow. You know, we still think, like when we think about sex, it's like still a lot of shame, a lot of guilt. We have been really educated around to suppress our energy and everything, right? So like, I mean, you can let me know in the chat when I say like sexuality, like probably the first thing you would not really think, oh, sex means liberation, right? Like, it's still very, very conditioned and very much suppressed in very different packages. So going back like 4,000 years now, or 5,000 years, it was very known how this is really an amazing energy, how to use that energy, for creation. And the priestesses, so women who have been initiated in the sex magic practices, in knowing how to like how really our physical body and our energetic body work together, how create out of that, how not only how to create out of that, I mean, really it's basically like yoga or something else. It's really like a lifestyle, right? It's really how to honor your body, how to bring it together with your physical body, how to channel, how to be in communion with the divine. And so these priestesses, those who were initiated, and it was very beautiful because I pulled a card before I started, and I was like, what's the card for today? And the card I got was the card of the priestess. I think it's not visible, but yeah, it's the card of the priestess. I will send, like when I send the replay, I sent you a picture and the description of the priestess. So I'm feeling, and what it says is, who are you being called to step up and lead? So I think this is a very, very beautiful message, right? Because when we think about priestess now, I mean, I don't know about you, but I grew up in Poland, and we moved to Germany, but my heritage is like Polish. It's a very Catholic country. So when I think about a priestess, first of all, I wouldn't know a priestess out of my upbringing. I would only know about a priest, right, in the church, and this man and doing anything, right? So this is not the same energy though. When we tune into this energy of a priestess and a high priestess, it's a very, very different energy, right? It's like, yes, it's in service to the divine, however, very differently. And especially those priestesses who were initiated in all these magic around sex magic, you know, it was a very, very different energy back then. Being initiated by a priestess, like man and woman, would go to these temples and get like initiations and different rituals and practices to be initiated by a priestess, to really go into like different realms, or if they wanted to conceive and everything. So it was like a very, very different energy back then and a very different reputation. And it was really a massive honor. Like now, when we would think from our lens now, how we perceive sexuality, how we perceive all of that, we would basically nearly say they went to a prostitute. But that's not what it was. It was like, because of their knowledge of around sexuality, of this ancient sacred knowledge of how this energy is working, and the rituals, and how these women especially were knowledgeable about all of that. It was such a massive honor to do that. And what most people don't know, like, because obviously this is not written in historic book, maybe it was at some point, but you know, for sure it would have been burned. Cleopatra, she was one of the high priestesses of Isis, right? So it's also a very beautiful thing. And I think it's also beautiful for us to understand when we tune into this energy. For me personally, is this amazing knowledge, or this amazing embodiment of how you can be like a leader physically as a queen in this lifetime, and yet be highly, highly spiritual. So for me, this is the perfect embodiment when I feel into this energy of being extremely connected to the divine, to the wisdom of the divine, to the wisdom of the body itself, of how to work our physical body as well, and having very practical leadership skills, right? So it's really the surrendered leadership, like I'm surrendering to the divine. And it's also the same thing when we talk about sexuality, to really tap into this energy. Like when we think about how sexuality, like how an orgasm works, so like, since we are educated on, okay, we constantly have to, you know, perform, and then also when we think about sex, like a lot of people think, oh, good sex is only when I did a lot, when I performed. It's not true. And especially for us women, normally when we are in this performance state, when it comes to sexuality, it's also this moment when we have the least pleasure. We have much, much more pleasure when we really have time, when we are present, when the partner is present, or even when we do like self-pleasure, right? It's really when we have time, when we can really fully drop into it, because for us women, we are like a light dimmer. We need to heat up, you know, the fire needs to heat up. And once it's heated up, we are like so capable of amazing orgasms, right? So we actually, our female body is designed for pleasure. Like the male orgasm is quite, you know, quite, I don't want to say strict, but it's very linear. But for us women, it's like it builds up and then it goes everywhere. It's like waves. So I think understanding that as a woman, it's also amazing, because actually our capability to go into the state of orgasms, of pleasure, is actually much, much higher than in a male body. Like we are like, we can be like really this multi-orgasmic, we are this multi-orgasmic beings. The only thing is we have to remember, like, there are two things really. No, three. We first have to overcome shame and guilt for that. The second, we have to learn to surrender and release control. And the third is really remember how we work that energy, right? So really, this is the magic around that. And out of that, we can really create so much, much more. Like we can create our, you know, like, first of all, we are happy. And we can obviously create out of that energy much, much easier than from this forceful energy. So that would also explain why Cleopatra, for example, was so successful, right? In knowing all of that, knowing, being so connected to the divine, being connected to Isis, being a high priestess of Isis, why it was also kind of effortless for her to have this massive empire, right? I mean, of course, she's not here. We can connect with her. Like most of you are healers, I would assume. So we can easily connect with her energy and really tap into it. And we're going to do that in a minute. But I think it's really cool to feel into all those different aspects, right? Because when we think about things logically from our mind and what we have been taught in this kind of world and life, we would not think in that way, right? We would be thinking, oh, and on the other hand, once we tap into in the energetics of it, when we feel this energy, we're like, yes, of course. And we also feel how our physical female body picks it up and says, yes, you know what? That's what I'm designed for. I'm not designed for stiffness. I'm not designed for struggle and everything. And also from the female body perspective, we have 8,000 nerve endings just for one thing, for pleasure, 8,000. You know, so if we would have been designed for struggle or for hardship, the divine would have never gifted us 8,000 nerve endings for pleasure. So I think we also need to honor our body and the service of our body and, you know, give those 8,000 nerve endings a purpose again and a reason to be used again, right? So, all right. Just let me know before we go into a meditation, because like we go into a meditation and we're going to access the codes one by one. We're going to connect with Cleopatra and the energy of her. But now I talked so much, I got so excited already. So let me know in the chat. I like to interact with you. How does it land for you? How does it resonate for you? Like, where do you feel in your body like, wow, yes, I'm really feeling it? Or maybe you also want to share something else with me. Like, just let me know because I'm extremely curious. And yeah, love it. I'm excited. Yes, me too. You can tell I was like, oh. I don't know, I'm feeling this path of Cleopatra. I'm feeling this will be something going more. I feel this is like just the first step of something bigger. And yet I'm finding it so fascinating. Yes, I feel it. Just to be with you, I'm just feeling it in my body. Yes, yes. Nice. All right. Let's do this, darlings. Let's do this. So for those of you, oh, I was attracted to Cleopatra and her story since I was a child. Yeah, that's amazing. Spirituality, sensuality, the magic of sexuality, the reign of the queen. Yes, yes, yes. It's so cool. Oh God. Like also, I don't know if like when you signed up for that masterclass, the picture that I'd chosen, like I kind of found it on my phone. I was like, wow, I had this like on my phone for like a year. And I was like, that's the perfect picture, right? She like how she sits there, very elegant. I like the gold and the like very sexy and yet not like I don't know, also because like now, like in our times now, I mean, it depends, like this certainly depends where we are from. I mean, I lived in Portugal for the last 2 years. So, you know, like southern countries are very different also with what it comes to nudeness. But it's very interesting. Normally when we see a lot of skin on a woman, it's always also said like, oh, that's so inviting, right? It's such a, like, we see a naked man and we're like, well, it's maybe not like that inviting. But the conception of a woman, like whenever we are like showing a little bit more skin, it's like, oh, it's you're inviting for sexual interaction or something. And we're like, no, it's just my body. I want, you know, also when you live in hot countries. And I think like when she was sitting on this picture in this golden dress and everything, I felt like, no, like the energy of her pose was really, yes, I'm showing my skin, I'm showing my sexiness, I'm showing my power. And yet the whole posture was, I'm not available. Like, unless I allow you into my field, there was clearly this energy of, I'm choosing who can touch that body. And I feel this is also an amazing energy to go back into this, like, yeah, I'm choosing it. All right, all right. Maybe I had a past life with Isis and her order of priestess. Yes, yes, for sure. I mean, I personally feel when you're attracted to this and also to Egypt, Because like for me personally, I mean, I've been a sex coach for a couple of years now. Logically, I would never go to Egypt. And now also with the upcoming retreat, it's a nice place where you want to have like do tantric exercises with people, right? In a culture that is so suppressed right now around sexuality. And yet these kind of places carry all these codes, and it makes so much sense to go there, but not logically. The bodies know that, our intuition, our soul just knows it, but it doesn't make sense. And when I feel whoever is attracted to Cleopatra, to that work, to ancient Egypt, I feel it's really like a homecoming. Ah. Yeah, I have difficulties keeping up with this energy in my body because I live in my parents' house. Yes, yes, I totally get that. Uh, do you have any tips on how to overcome shame? Because sometimes it can be very intense when you feel, even with eye contact, how to deal with that with grace. Yes, we will go into that. I will answer that a little bit later. And yeah, I went 4 times to Egypt. Or maybe, okay, like let me go out into shame. So if you are an energy healer, I would really recommend you to do clearings around that, because shame, having shame in your energy field, is blocking so much. It's not only blocking sexual pleasure, it's blocking money, it's blocking, really, it's blocking how much you can receive, right? It's really blocking receiving. So and it's a very, very low energy, right? Like Anna shares it also in her classes, like on the map of consciousness, it's like one of the lowest frequencies, like I think it is even the lowest. So when we want to go up to love, unconditional love, joy, and all this access, this wisdom that we can actually have potential to access, really it's important for us to clear up shame, and especially sexual shame. So again, when you are an energy healer, can tell you easily it will be a couple of sessions. But you know, like, don't think like, oh, now I have to work on that 15 years. It's not true. However, shame can be on so many levels. It can be on body shame. It can be shame because you asked for more. You can be shamed for, like, sexual shame. Man, like as I shared with you, I come from a Catholic background, and if you live in Catholic countries, and it doesn't actually really matter if it's a Catholic country or if it's like a Muslim country, collective consciousness around sexuality, and especially female sexuality, it's still connected with a lot of shame, right? Even in the US and everything. Like, so, you know, like, this really also, like, it kind of requires to heal whatever you still have unsolved from kind of karmic things. And at the same time, is really also allowing yourself to disconnect from the collective consciousness around that. However, so one is the energetics of clearing all of that. And the other part really is also coming back to a connection with your body, and coming back really to step by step establishing this connection, and establishing also the connection with sexuality and sensuality in your life. Because mainly when, like, you know, I mean, I shared with you, I'm a pleasure coach. So every time I work with women, is always the topic of shame. It's a very, very big one. And it's the first step that really we kind of need to let go, to really allow ourselves to go deeper in that journey. Because, you know, but it is like a step-by-step process, and it works like on one layer, it's going to be released on the energetics, and on the other layer is also really about reconnecting with the body, like allowing yourself to play with your body. And it really depends on where it is stored also in the body, but this really can be also only found out once we start going into embodiment practices. So embodiment, like especially when we are healers, we can solve a lot of things on you know, on the 7th plane, or like whatever kind of technique you're using. So we can solve many, many things on the energetic level. But whenever it comes to sexuality, we also have to go into the body level and work with our body, so that that you feel safe back in your body. and this is a step-by-step process. So it normally goes hand in hand, and it really goes back into, okay, I'm allowing myself to feel my body again, to feel sensations, to feel pleasure. Those of you who are like from Anna's community, I did the pleasure kit. I have some exercises there. You can download that. So this is also a really cool step to to really reconnect with the body again, also in a sensual way, and in a sensual way that is not connected to receive to get like a certain outcome right away. Because many times also when we think about sexuality, and especially around partner sexuality, which is very penetration orientated, there can be also this feeling of, oh, I need to become to an outcome very soon. I have to have an orgasm soon or something, right? So really, it's about coming back into this position of sensual touch and sensual play with yourself without the attachment of a certain outcome. And these kind of practices are amazing, and it goes hand by hand with the shame. Yeah, all right. I hope that answered the question. And yes, when you are in your parents' place, I totally understand it. And maybe it's a little bit difficult to go in the full-on practice. However, even like meditating, connecting with the womb space, connecting with the pussy, and really feeling that energy, or like even like a breast massage, you know, you don't need to go full on in, you know, like a really deep, super hyper sensual experience. But I feel like these kind of like, say, softer exercises, you can start your relationship with your body and with your sensuality really where you are. And you will understand that like that also establishes this trust that you don't have to have like this massive orgasm right away. It's really more about, oh yeah, okay, cool. I can play with my body in a non-sexual way, but also not, I'm just doing yoga, you know, like this connection, like really connecting with the womb space, really connecting with the breasts, really connecting with the female parts, and also here shame. When you still have shame, also sitting in the body around how you look, if you think you're too skinny, too fat, like there are always parts, especially in a female body, where we think we are not like perfect. Even if you like go into like a body scan meditation and you're like, today I'm deciding I'm going to love my breasts, I'm going to love my belly, and you put your hands on there and on your tights and everything, this is already a very nourishing and very sensual practice. And if you try it out, your body will be so grateful for that. And this is, for example, something you can do wherever you are, right? And it is already a first step on a different journey towards your sexuality and sensuality in a way that doesn't feel that sexual. And you can start with that. And then obviously when you have more privacy, you can obviously go into deeper practices. But this is a very, very exciting and good starting point. All right, darlings, let's go into the energies of Cleopatra and connect with her energies and her codes. Are you ready? Are you excited about it? I am. Beautiful. Okay, darling. So close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths and really connect with your beautiful, gorgeous body. And if you want, you can put one hand on your heart space and one on your womb. And really feel this amazing energy dropping deeper into your body. And allow everything that is not yours, what's not serving you at this moment, to let go, to leave your beautiful body. And at the same time, allow beautiful gold energy from the center of the earth to enter your body through your legs, through your yoni, traveling up into each cell of your beautiful, gorgeous female body. And allow yourself now to expand. Expand beyond your physical body, into the room you're in. Expand even further, sharing space and molecules with the house you're in. And now even further. Expand beyond the continent you're on. And you expand even further, sharing space and molecules with the earth. And traveling up into the universe. The stars, the galaxies, the planets. Even further. Traveling through different layers of light. White light, black lights, further and further. And you come through all these beautiful laws of the universe, traveling through this beautiful rainbow jelly-like substance, traveling further through the pink mist, into the bright, bright light. And here in this beautiful, bright, bright, white energy, you're connected with all that is, with the Creator. And here, out of this beautiful space and with this energy of the Creator, we are going now to connect with the energy of Cleopatra, allowing the Creator to bring us to this energy, to make it accessible for us. And you may see how she's entering the space. And her queen energy, how she walks in, her whole presence, her whole energy. It's very magical, very mystical, very powerful. Her beauty. And she's inviting you to connect with that energy even further. And we're going through it now step by step, and we start with the energy of the queen. Let's allow Cleopatra to show us what it really means like to be in a queen energy. And I don't know what it like, if you may feel it as well. But this moment, I'm right away feeling I want to sit differently. Like her presence is already like showing, okay, how to move the posture, how to, how would I sit? How do I have my hair, my head, like my whole posture is changing in a very, very natural way. So allow this energy of her to guide your body into this queen posture, like that your body remembers that. Let's activate all these cell memories in your beautiful, gorgeous body. What it means like to be a queen, what it means like to sit like a queen, to walk like a queen. And I'm also getting this beautiful energy, like her whole aura is very differently, like when she walks, when she talks, when she laughs at somebody, it's very clear, like who can have closer access, who doesn't have closer access. Like, let's allow that energy to go deeper within yourself, that your body can unlock all these codes and remember how you can be in this very powerful, elegant energy, and your body knows exactly how to be like that. And let's release any trauma cells that you may have still activated. For some of you, I'm feeling there's like this moment of, oh, I remember I've been a queen in many, many lifetimes. And the body kind of collapses out of this. Like there's like, I'm picking up some trauma cells, like when the monarchy has been stopped and, you know, when it was not safe anymore to be a queen. So let's release that out of our bodies. Let's release those traumas and dramas that the body really knows now it's safe to let it go. And I'm getting also told it's not anymore important to know in which lifetime, if it was one lifetime or many lifetimes, to also allow to let that go and really be in this energy of, oh, nice, I remember now, and that your body truly knows that it's safe. Yeah, beautiful. When for some of you, I really see like how some layers are unpeeling. Okay. So going deeper into this queen energy and especially the codes that Cleopatra has to deliver for us, let's go deeper and also let's connect with what else does she want to share with us when it comes to the queen energy. So first, the first layer was really how to adjust our posture, how our body remembers that. The other thing, I'm also feeling how a queen treats herself as well. Like I'm getting really this energy, this remembrance of, yeah, okay, let's download you this beautiful download and give you this belief that you are a queen, that you deserve to be a queen, that you deserve to be treated like a queen, and that you deserve to treat yourself like a queen. So that you really are in this energy of, I know, I know how to treat myself. And with me, like with how I know how to treat myself, I'm also setting the example for everybody else how to treat myself. So kind of showing, yeah, okay, can we teach you the highest and best definition of self-respect? Like, you know, like when you tune into this energy, what Cleopatra is like, there's no doubt of self-respect, right? She just knows if she wants to take a bath full of milk, she just does it, right? There's no hesitation. So can we teach you really that you can respect yourself, that it's safe for you to love yourself, that you can treat yourself like a queen, and that you truly understand, yeah, how it feels like to treat yourself like a queen, to respect yourself, and really setting this tone and really having, okay, I'm getting like, let's up level you now to this energy. Like I'm getting, okay, we don't have to go through every single layer. Like we can kind of collapse timelines and just bring you on this up leveling of this queen energy. So let's fully activate the queen energy within you. And let's totally allow everything else that is kind of underneath it. Let's allow it to like melt away and really activate this beautiful, gorgeous queen energy. Okay, beautiful. Okay. We kind of start already going into leadership. So there will be still downloads coming for queen energy. However, we also already go into leadership. So let's activate within you this energy of leadership. Let's first of all release out of your system on all levels and all dimensions the topic or like the manipulation that kind of has been placed upon leadership. Let's really teach you and show you what it means like to be a leader and release all the manipulation that it means like you have control over people. Let's release all these false ideas of leadership and replace it with creator's highest truth, what it means like to be a leader, to lead, and to lead yourself. Can we call back the power that you have given away to somebody else to lead you, to take care of you? Can we release that tendency and can we please call back all these energies, like all your energies, this energy of you just know how to lead yourself, how to lead an empire, how to lead in business. And let's also bring in Cleopatra's energy, right? Because when you feel in now in this energy of Cleopatra, there was no doubt, right? Like, yes, there were moments like when you feel into this energy, there were, of course, moments where she was concerned and fearful what could happen to her and the country. However, she knew exactly how to lead, how to rule, how to make quick decisions, how to be fair, how to there was not a long time of shall I do it, shall I not do it. She also knew that yeah, to be a good leader, it also means to make quick decisions and also be not being afraid of failure, right? Let's bring that in, and let's bring also in this energy of delegating things, of telling other people what to do and allowing herself as well to receive that support, to receive the information from people working for her who consult consult her, who give her information, and you know how to delegate it, how to trust her employees or the people who are working for her, and to know who's in the inner circle, and also this discernment on who to trust and who not to trust, and also being, I'm getting here also this energy of being less emotional about that, like read this clear guidance. Let's download you that as well. And also let's teach you now, and let's allow Cleopatra's energy to guide you here in that and unlock these codes in your body as well. What it means like to be in this energy of feminine leadership. Let's allow her to teach you that, allow the creator to download that into your body, that you truly understand the highest and best definition of feminine leadership. Let's release all these painful memories where you had to push harder, where it was a lot of force, or when you even had to do like, I'm getting still a lot of manipulation around the topic of leadership and toxic masculinity. Can we send healing into it now? And because it's so much, I'm getting told by the creator, we don't have to go through each single point, but imagine yourself how different vortexes of light are coming now to different layers of your body. Wherever it is stored for you, it may be in the neck area, it may be in the heart, or like wherever it is for you. Allow these beautiful vortexes of light to go to the different areas of your body where you feel there's still stiffness around leadership, when you feel like also like it's not safe for you to be in this feminine energy. Let's allow these beautiful vortexes of light to go into these different places and release all of that and send healing into it. And at the same time, allow this principle of feminine leadership coming in, on what it means like to trust your guidance, to trust your intuition, what it means like to take decisions out of your soul, out of your intuitive centers. Let's release the belief that to be successful, you have to be like a man, or even let's also release the belief to be a leader that you have to be a man. Let's release that. Let's release that old story. Let's melt it away, and let's really teach your creator's highest truth what leadership, and particularly female leadership, means. And also let's connect again here with Cleopatra, what she has to bring in here, because when we feel into her presence and into her energy of this energy of, okay, I'm the queen, I'm going to lead myself, I'm going to lead my country, I'm leading one of the biggest empires in the world back in that time. Let's connect into this energy. And when you connect into this energy, you will feel that she was fearless, that she was very determined, that she was compassionate, and yet she was very intuitive and very determined. Let's and there was also no an energy of doubt, like she clearly felt worthy of that, right? There was no energy anymore. Can I do that? Can I not do that? Let's connect with this of course energy. Let's connect with this energy. I am the queen. I am the leader. I'm the leader of myself. I'm the leader of this empire. Nice. Breathe into it. Like it's a lot of energy for some of you. You can move a little bit your body, like your spine, your hips, like whatever wants to move, like allow your body to guide you so that it can come in easier. And can we release out of your body this fear that you may not be able to hold that energy, and really connect you with this energy? Of course, you can hold that energy. Ooh, yes, beautiful, beautiful. Nice. Okay, feels much nicer now. Okay, let's realign you with the topic of intuition and logic, and really teach you how it feels like when your body is in alignment between your feminine energies and your masculine energies. Can we teach you that definition of divine feminine and divine masculine? Release all these tendencies of toxic masculinity, toxic femininity, and really come into this alignment between divine feminine and divine masculine, how this beautiful union creates the stability within you to really step into the role of the leader, of the queen. Nice, beautiful. Okay, and now let's bring in pleasure and joy, and how erotic leadership or surrendered leadership really works. Okay, first of all, can we download you the highest and best definition of pleasure? Also connect here with the energy of Cleopatra, with her presence, with her beauty, with her when you feel also it, when you now go beyond the layer of being the queen, you will feel that she's very magnetic, right? That her energy and being grounded in her body, and yet that well connected with the divine, that makes her magnetic, right? You feel like when you feel into this, allow yourself to feel into this energy now. You feel that she's extremely connected to the divine, how she's like hyper spiritual, and yet she is very grounded in her body, and she allows this the energy to flow through her, and connect with that magnetism, connect with that energy of, oh yeah, wow, like allow your body to remember what it feels like when you are magnetic, when your sexual energy makes you magnetic. Allow that to open up for you. And let's please release any fear that you may come up for you now. Let's teach your body that it's absolutely safe to tap into this energy now. Move your body a little bit. It will be, for some of you, I'm still feeling like you're holding your breath and you don't allow it in too much. So if you move your body a little bit, it comes in easier. Okay, let's teach you the creator's highest best definition of what it means like to be, what sexual energy really means. And let's disconnect you from the misconception that sexual energy and sexuality equals penetration. Let's release you from that and let's connect you with the purest and best definition of sexual energy. And allow the creator now, and also Cleopatra, to show you this energy of, I can be a leader, I am a leader, I am the queen, and I am pleasure. Let's connect with that energy. Feel into this, feel how it unlocks different areas of your body, how your body now changes with that, and how it's really unlocking this amazing energy of, I am pleasure. That, and can we download you? It's safe for you to desire pleasure in your life. And now, first of all, can the creator also teach you what pleasure really means? That pleasure, yes, we talk about sexual pleasure, and yes, we also talk about non-sexual pleasure, but let's bring it back together. Like for some of you, it's like as if it's like two different things. However, I'm getting shown like you cannot allow it in one area, and on the other hand, you're suppressing it. So let's clear all of that and let's teach you what it means like to get the highest and best definition of pleasure, and how this concept of pleasure, this concept of I am pleasure, I'm allowing pleasure, it's safe for me to feel pleasure, to bring it into your body, and bring it also to your body in every area of your life, right? Like how it feels like to run your business with pleasure, how it feels like to do your job with pleasure, and how it means like to eat with pleasure, to exercise with pleasure, to have sexual interaction with pleasure. So really, let's unlock that in all areas of your life, that you can access the topic of pleasure in your life. Can we release, please, also this belief that you need to have like a certain body type to allow yourself to pleasure? Like, it's very interesting because you are from very different nations. For some of you, I'm getting like, oh, my butt is not big enough. I should be like, for being pleasurable, I should have like a bigger butt. And for some of you, it's the complete opposite. So the energies around that are very, very interesting. And yet I'm getting told by the creator and by Cleopatra that you truly understand you are worthy of pleasure no matter what. It's your birthright. It's your birthright to receive pleasure, to experience pleasure in your body, regardless what your physical body constitution is at that moment. And also, can we teach you here that with allowing pleasure into your life, and allowing pleasure into your body and feeling safe again to experience pleasure through your body also will allow your body to change its body type. And also, can we teach you here that yes, you can change your body type and the form of your body. However, can we release this need of, oh, I need to look a certain way to have pleasure, to have something? Can we really release that? And can we teach you that you can have pleasure no matter what? And that you can, that also when you exercise, when you eat healthy, how this energy feels very different from this energy of I'm doing it because then I'm worthy of it. So this is more an energy of like self-hatred, self-criticism. Can we release all of that? And can we teach you what it feels like to nurture your body, to change your body out of love? And that you can allow pleasure into this as well. Like, can we invite the energy of the pleasure of eating healthy, the pleasure of exercising healthy, the pleasure of massages, the pleasure of sensual touch, the pleasure of dancing? Can we allow all of that into it? Can we really teach you Creator's highest and best definition of pleasure? And again, here connect again with Queen Cleopatra and allow her now to show you her secrets around pleasure. And I'm feeling she has different messages for each of you. So just listen to it and allow her to share it with you. Okay, for some of you, I'm getting, so even though your logical mind cannot kind of grasp it at the moment, however, can we unlock those codes within your body? There are these codes stored in your body, and can we teach you now that it's safe for you to access them? And I'm getting like this energy of, oh, but I don't know what to do with it then. Can we first of all release that need of that you need to know like right away? Can we first of all activate these codes within you? And can we also teach you that, you know, you will be shown, you will remember, you will get the teachers to remember all of that again? But allow the body now to unlock these codes. Now let's activate them in you. All these beautiful codes for pleasure, for femininity. Oh, and also I'm getting the art of seduction. And I'm getting, it's very interesting when I'm getting this energy of art of seduction. It's not, can we here release, first of all, the manipulation that comes with it? Because when I heard the word, the art of seduction, for some of you, it was like, ooh, then I will be manipulating, right? No, let's release that. Let's release whatever your subconscious thinks seduction means manipulation, and really download you the best and highest definition of the art of seduction and the art of playfulness. And also teaching you that you can access these energies also everywhere. Like for some of you, I'm getting really like in marketing, in you know, in different areas. It's not like just for the partner. It's really like in any area of your life. Like I'm feeling some of you have been so stiff kind of in these energies that your body and your whole being misses this energy of playing, misses this energy of seducing, and also this energy of, I don't have to tell you like right away, I can tell you later, like, you know, this this I'm getting really this playfulness, this seduction, this exploration, and this play again. All right. And can we now also allow beauty in? Can we allow, wherever you still have concepts around it's not safe for me to be beautiful, let's release also this. And let's teach you what beauty really means. And beauty, and very interesting. I'm also getting for some of you that there is like this belief of either I am in a leadership role, but then my beauty is a disadvantage. So it's this either or. So can we release that? And can we really teach you that you can be in a leadership role and you can be beautiful, and that you know it's really safe for you to be beautiful? Um, Breathe into it, like some of your bodies. Can we teach you, like, can we teach your body and your nervous system to know it's really safe? Mm. Awesome. All right, my love. So I'm getting told that Cleopatra still has some messages for each of one. So you may imagine her in front of you now and allow her to give you the guidance that is particularly just for you. And maybe you have a question for her. So take a moment now to allow yourself to receive either like a guidance from her, whatever she wants to tell you, or if you have a question for her, like this is a moment now. And just take this moment now to receive very individually what she has to share to you. Awesome. Whenever it feels complete, just say thank you to her. Thank you for coming and for sharing all her wisdom, her codes. And yet knowing that you can access this energy and contact her whenever you feel like that you desire to connect with her. All right. Then take another deep breath and in your own time, open your eyes and come back. Wow. Wow, how are you feeling? I'm feeling like and I'm also, whoever wants to share what she wanted to tell you, I'm very curious always. That was amazing. Yeah, it was so cool. I don't know if you felt it in the beginning when she entered the field, the energy was amazing. Like I personally had to sit up very differently, like right away. I was like, wow, it was so magnificent. So yeah, share with me. I'm always very curious to know how it was, like what what was active for you, and if she has had also like a very cool message for you personally. What I really loved was, for me, she kind of shared with me like just lead by example and release perfectionism. It was very interesting. Um, so hard to put into words. Thank you for an amazing healing. My pleasure, my pleasure. I know it's like it's still shifting. Hair is like, I feel like for some of you, like there was still like, and I don't know, like also for me, like Catherine, I'm so with you. Like it's very difficult. Like I felt like how it was like things were reorganized in the body as well. It's very, very amazing. Nice, nice. It was amazing, such powerful energy. I need to do the replay because I dropped off in the moment, but it was amazing, and she was as well. Thank you. Yes, yes. Yeah, it's very hard to put into words. Her message was around embodiment and presence. She came to me, worked with my heart, and she gave me a gift necklace and a kiss on my cheek as a mother does with a daughter. Wow, amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah, nice, nice. Yeah, it's really, I think I'm feeling it will be still landing. And like, you can also reach out to me a couple of days. Let me know. I'm always curious. So just that you know, it's my nature. However, I feel it will be kind of still reorganized within your bodies. And you will also see in the outside things will be shifting, right? Like, but you know, like, you know how healings work. Like we change on the inside and then on the outside, things are very, very different. And yeah, it's very, very powerful. And the energy of her as the leader was very, very different than like I feel like at least me personally, I don't feel that many leaders in our times now. So the energy was a very, very different leadership style. And yeah, I'm feeling we will be working with these codes over the next couple of weeks and days and months for sure. And yeah, as you know, like we will be going to Egypt. If you ever felt this calling to go to Egypt, to go physically there, it also has a lot of things to do with that, right? So there will be this retreat mid of October from the 17th, and it's 10 days, and we go to different temples. And if you feel the calling, let me know, get in touch with me, and I can share with you many other things. And yeah, it's going to be an amazing journey. And it's also really cool because the temples there and the pyramids and everything else, they store these codes. So it's really also going into the embodiment of that, clearing, like when I was in Egypt a couple of years ago, and for those of you who shared that you have been to Egypt before as well, I'm sure you can confirm. It's like on one layer, it's like a walking regression because you get like so many flashbacks on many things at the same time, like many things get activated, and you walk out there, like out of Egypt, and you feel like totally newborn. It's very, very interesting. And it doesn't make sense. It's so interesting. I cannot put it in words. Like it doesn't totally make sense, and yet it's like a profound shift. And also when I channeled and asked like, you know, who will be coming? What shall I put on the sales page? And it was really like the souls who are coming, they will just know. They will just simply know. They will feel this push. They will feel this pull. And it's like, I want to share like a very personal story. When I went there a couple of years ago, it didn't make sense at all on so many levels. I didn't have the money and everything. And I made it happen because the pull of my end of my soul was so strong that even though I didn't had financial resources, nothing for it, it just came. It was like the moment I decided I want to go, it kind of all fell into place. And I mean, yes, I had to take some physical action steps. Um, but it was so amazing to feel how it something cannot make sense, and yet it makes it kind of comes into fruition. Yeah, I would love to go back to Egypt. Impossible. It's not possible to leave Brazil now. Next time I'm going to Brazil, back home, Italy. Yeah, I hope I can enjoy, I can visit Egypt again. Yes, yes. All right, my darlings. So thank you so much for attending and for going on this journey with me. And again, if you feel this pull to go physically to Egypt, just let me know and allow these energies now to work through you, to work through your gorgeous body. And yeah, I'm sure we will see us very soon in online very soon. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day and night wherever you are in the world now. Have a beautiful time and thank you so much for coming. Thank you.